Alright, everybody, the Buffalo Bills win in the wild card round of the playoffs ahead of the Denver Broncos, 7-31, and just I this was a great win, a great way to start the postseason for sure. Um, just momentum was just there. I mean, ever after that Bo Nix long passing touchdown on the very first drive of the game, this defense absolutely did its job, not allowing Denver to score at all through the rest of the game. We shutted them out in the second, third, and fourth, and our offense had a really good game. So yeah, guys, on the Denver side of things, for their standpoint, they just really couldn't really execute. Receivers kept dropping passes, just they couldn't finish drives. Our defense was really good at getting to the sticks. Like overall, it was just a good defensive performance, and our offensive performance really good too. Josh Allen completed 20 out of his 26 passes, 272 yards of passing, two passing touchdowns, which one of them was insane. That Ty Johnson touchdown pass on a 4th and 1. That was a crazy. I don't know how on earth Ty Johnson was able to catch that. Like I don't know how that was able to happen. Like that was just crazy. And then a 55-yard receiving touchdown to Curtis Samuel, which Curtis Samuel he showed up today. Curtis Samuel, dude, this was a really big touchdown for him, and it was in the postseason. So yeah, Khalil Shakir was really effective in this game too, 60 for 61, and he had a good return too for returning a punt. Dalton Kincaid, 3 for 47. He was really good. He even caught a Josh Allen's pass. That was really cool. Dawson Knox, he had two big receptions. Ty Johnson, like I said, with that receiving touchdown, like that was just insane. Matt Collins, 1 for 19. Amari Cooper, 2 for 8, and Keon Coleman, 1 for 5. So yeah, and our defense, we were able to sack Bo Nix by Matt Milano and Gregory Rousseau towards the end of the game. And this was a game where we dominated time of possession. Like we didn't even give um the Denver Broncos really like we dominated the time of possession. Like we had the ball for the majority of this game, and we took advantage of the clock. But our run game was really well. Our run game, like James Cook, 23 carries for 120 yards and a rushing touchdown. Like we were good when it comes to running the football. We were really effective. We were balanced in the passing game and the run game. Josh Allen as well, 8 for 46 when it comes to rushing. Ty Johnson 9 for 44. Ray Davis, I know Josh Allen overthrew a pass trying to get it to Ray Davis, and he had like some sort of injury or something where he collided with a Broncos player. So yeah, and like really, like we dominated the Broncos today. We did like in the second half. Now it was a little. It started off slow in the first half. There were penalties that cost us points. The Denver defense they did sack Josh twice. So yeah, so the defense did do something. They did sack Josh Allen twice. So yeah, take a look at Bo Nix stats. 13 for 22, 144 yards, one passing touchdown, which was that long touchdown pass on the very first drive of the game to Troy Franklin. And then after that, the receivers they just couldn't do much. The Denver receivers they just weren't really executing, dropping passes. And also, guys, like I said, from our standpoint, we dominated time of possession. We were getting more first downs. We were wearing the defense down with the run game. Just overall, just a great performance today from all standpoints. From all standpoints. From our offense to our defense, and I even say special teams too. Like this was a great win. This was a great win, guys. A great win. Josh Allen being playoff Josh Allen, just locked in. And you know, earlier in the game, we were having trouble trying to score in the red zone, and the Denver Broncos they did kick a field goal right before halftime and they missed it. and it bounced off the post and ended up missing it. So yeah. We other than that, it, second half was just perfect. We made plays on offense. Just overall, I feel like this was a great game from all of us. Like I said, with running the ball, our offensive line played well. Our defensive line on our pass rush. Earlier in the first half, it really wasn't like the best I've seen from this pass rush. But as soon as the game went on, they just got better. They just got better, and yeah, our pass rush started off a little slow, and then and including our defense started off a little slow, and then our secondary just played well, like just played phenomenal afterwards. So, yeah, overall, guys, like I said, uh, a great game from all aspects. Tells you from the scoreboard, tells you from the stats, like time of possession as well was really dominant with running the ball. Like this was really good. Our receivers in the first half, they really couldn't really even get open. Really hard for them to get open and for hard with Josh Allen to make a play. But then in the second half, it was dominant. We are clearly a second half football team. And when we need to make adjustments, we will make adjustments. Now, now we have the Baltimore Ravens next week, which this was what I was expecting, and I'm kind of nervous about that game just because of what happened in week 4. Like we absolutely got outplayed, outcoached. We just got absolutely destroyed by the Ravens in week 4. And but this time we have home field advantage. And we did play Lamar Jackson in the playoffs before back in 2020 and we won that game. But this they have Derrick Henry now. They have Derrick Henry and look what he's been able to do. We not only have to watch out for Lamar Jackson, we also have to watch out for Derrick Henry. So, this is gonna be if I have to assume, this is probably gonna be the game of the week next week. Baltimore and Buffalo, the two MVP frontrunners right now, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. It's gonna be a fun game. I can't wait. I feel like this is gonna be better than week four's matchup. Hopefully this should be closer. Hopefully our defense can stop Derrick Henry in the run game. It's going to be difficult, I know for a fact, but you know, from what I've seen today, this defense has momentum, and they're we were able to come out here as healthy as we can. I know Teron Johnson had a moment in the first quarter, and then Cam Lewis later in the game, and then Ray Davis. Those were the three players that had moments where they had to catch their breath and all that stuff. But I just feel like we came out of here having momentum, but we gotta get ready for next week, guys. If we want to have a chance at the Super Bowl, we gotta get past the Ravens. Nothing's ever guaranteed when it comes to sports, y'all. So happy we got this win. This is one step closer to hopefully getting to the Super Bowl this year. And so yeah, guys, in conclusion, our offense did really well. Like I said, Josh Allen, 2 passing touchdowns, 272 passing yards, 20 out of 26 passes. We did really good when it comes to running the football. Um, I believe we had like over from if I'm right, 200 yards of offense when it comes to running on the ground. So, well, of when it comes to running on the ground, I think. Um, yeah, I think around 200 yards of rushing of the ground game. Receiving wise, good as well. And yeah, our defense only allowed the Broncos 7 points, and then the Broncos they just didn't really do much. They just couldn't really execute. Our defense took advantage. Um, yeah, like I said, guys, like a complete performance, and a great win to start the postseason. So overall, guys, that is it. The Broncos, this was their first game. Uh, this was their first postseason game in almost 10 years. And this was, and continuing to make stats. I think Josh Allen now has the most passing touchdowns in Buffalo Bills playoff history. I think I have to look at that, but overall, overall, guys, great performance. Gotta get ready for the Ravens next week. This is not gonna be easy. If we want to get to the Super Bowl, we got to get past the Ravens. We gotta give it all next week. We got to get it all next week, guys. This is the game. I am nervous. I'm anxious about this one. Hopefully we can get past this hopefully we can get past the Ravens. We do have home field advantage, and I feel like this is gonna be the game of the week next week. So between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, the Ravens and Bills. So anyways, guys, that is it for this game review. And on to the divisional round we go, and this one is one step closer to the Super Bowl. So anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.